with Isaiah.
Yo, what's up, people? This is another
Isaiah production.
Go back to your Steph Curry. My son's going to be better than Steph. Right. If you could do it again, would you pull it back and say no?
And here's the thing. I don't pull anything back. Whatever I say, I say. It's just like what Charles Barkley is saying with all these guys. If Charles thought like me, maybe he'd win a championship.
Now, this is the thing. All right, people. Father of the Year. Father of the Year goes to Lonzo Ball, okay? I'm sorry. It doesn't go to Lonzo Ball. It goes to LaVar Ball, all right? Lonzo Ball's father. Now, Lonzo Ball's father, LaVar Ball, has supreme confidence in his son. He's seen his son grow up from, kid to an adult throughout his life, okay? He knows how much work he put in, okay? He knows how much dedication he gave to the game of basketball, okay? So he's expecting nothing less from his son, all right? He's just a good father. He's just a good parent, all right? Now, is he overconfident? A little bit, okay? But this is the thing. It ain't like he said that, his son is better than LeBron James or Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant. It's not like, or Kobe or Michael Jordan. He's not saying this because he know that those players is going to take some time for Lonzo Ball to get to. So he's going to pick on people like Steph Curry because, as I said before, and he already knows this, the world knows it right now, Stephen Curry is the most overrated basketball player in the history of sports, okay? I'm sorry, is the most overrated athlete in the history of sports, okay? Ever. Stephen Curry is so overrated. Oh my God. I was just looking at a few clips from the 2016 NBA season when Steph Curry was making all those threes and people was going crazy, Steph-tastic. Some of these people was losing their shit over Steph Curry. Stephen A. Smith. We all know who that is. This man had the nerve. I wish I had the clip with me. I could probably look it up right now, but y'all believe me when I say this. This dude, Stephen A. Smith, said that Magic Johnson in his prime, the same Magic Johnson that scored 40 points his rookie season versus the Los Angeles Lakers, that Magic Johnson in his prime isn't better than Stephen Curry. A person asked him, I think whatchamacallit was on was hosting. Okay, I forgot her name. It wasn't Molly, it was the last host. She asked Stephen A. Smith, who would you rather take in their prime, Magic Johnson or Steph Curry? Stephen A. Smith said Stephen Curry. I couldn't believe it, man. This is the same Stephen Curry that the NBA put, Isaiah Thomas from the Detroit Pistons. They said he wasn't better than Stephen Curry. This is what they said. The Stephen Curry hype, and then you got players that came out that season, 2016, saying that they need to start having Steph Curry rules, and he's like Jordan. And Lonzo Ball, LaVar, because I'm getting all these balls and balls confused. The last name is Balls, and, I pause on that when I said balls. But, LaVar Ball knows that Steph Curry is overrated. This is what he's saying, basically, but he's saying it another way. He's saying, my son is better than Steph Curry. That's not really. Steph Curry is one-dimensional three-point shooter, glorified, never really had a signature moment in the NBA playoffs, in the NBA finals, okay? Lost the MVP to his role player by the name of Andre Iguodala. Okay, wasn't even a factor in that series other than one game, which is the reason why he averaged 26 points in the 2015 NBA Finals. Okay, stats are deceiving people. The rest of the series he was trashed instead of game 5. Okay, that's the only good game Curry had. Never really had a signature playoff moment. Never. Okay, Stephen Curry isn't a top 5 point guard in the league. He's saying yes. Steph, you notice he ain't say my son is better than Russell Westbrook. No, he didn't say that. He said my son is better than Stephen. I choked in the NBA Finals Curry. He said it for a reason. He's father of the year, in my opinion, for saying that, all right? He's father of the year for saying this shit, okay? What is so wrong? This is what I don't understand, man, We already know that as African Americans, okay, especially in the inner cities, dads aren't you know, seen in their households. Okay, it's rare. Basically, what I'm trying to say is in inner cities, you know, 70% of African American kids are born without a father. Okay, that's fact. All right. So me seeing this black guy, you know, who is a father on television, upping his son, saying, "Yes, son. Yes, son." You know, been through with his son his entire life. All right. What is the big deal? All right, people, stop getting on this man LaVar Ball. It's basically like He Got Game. Have you ever seen He Got Game? One of my favorite movies, perhaps my favorite movie of all time. He Got Game. It's basically like how Denzel was, you know, minus the him killing his wife situation. Okay, if you ever seen He Got Game, if you're a basketball fan, I don't know how you haven't seen He Got Game, but you know, LaVar Ball is basically like Denzel Washington in He Got Game, minus the killing his wife part. All right, he expects for his son to be a great basketball player. All right, and you know, the first stepping stone is being better than Stephen Curry. All right, which, like I said before, really isn't that much, which is the reason why he said, okay, you know, my son is better than Stephen Curry. But you know, we all know about the whole Ball family, people, the, you know, Lonzo Ball, you know, LaMelo Ball, and I forgot the other guy's name. But these are three players that, you know, a lot of scouts, everybody's been hyping these guys up, you know, saying that they're the next, you know, it players in the NBA or whatever. Now, Lonzo Ball is the first to come from UCLA, and now he's going to be going to the NBA. I don't know if it's going to be this year's draft or next year's draft. I don't know. I think it's this year's draft, though. Okay. But, you know, Lonzo Ball, he reminds me of Penny Hardaway, okay, in my opinion. He reminds me then, you know, a player that's like Penny Hardaway, the style of play, you know, a slasher, can shoot the mid-range jump shot, but, you know, yeah, like I said, man, I would not be surprised if Lonzo Ball is one of the best basketball players in the league, you know, whenever he comes out in his first year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's making the NBA look easy, all right, because it's just what his father instilled in him ever since, you know, birth, okay? Ever since birth, he put that basketball in his hand and said, you know, you can be whatever you want to be. Don't let nobody tell you, you know, what you can't be. Do you see what I'm trying to say? But, you know, that's it for this video, man. Stephen Curry, as I've said before, is overrated, all right? LaVar Ball knows this. Everybody knows this. But with that being said, people, I'm out. Deuces. Also, before we leave, alluding to something that you guys probably didn't know, I am an aspiring future filmmaker. I will be releasing my debut indie film in about a month from now via YouTube. Broken Cycle is the name of my first directed upcoming 30-minute indie film. It is about an African-American adolescent that is indulged in the street life, but later gets a change of heart when confronted with an unexpected event that will change his ways forever. So once again, the title of my directed indie film will be called Broken Cycle, and I will be releasing it via this channel. I will encourage you guys to view it when released. Peace.